Hello everyone and welcome to episode 78 of Pokémon Prism. We're doing something interesting this episode because I don't exactly know how to do what we're doing today. In the last episode we caught a bunch of Pokemon for the Pokédex. We got, all the way through to Magmortar, and we have a long way to go. And part of that long way to go... Okay, thank you, buddy. Part of that is that we have some stuff we've been avoiding. Some stuff that we couldn't do until, say we finished the second bingo board. And I'm trying not to look anything up for this besides what I needed to know. So let's get right into it. We are here in the Naljo ruins. Ooh, classic spot. And this just goes to Clathrite Tunnel. Cool. So probably not through that way. We have some options ahead of us. And I want to avoid just licking the walls, because that is normally what I would do in this kind of situation. Can go through here, and let's begin the journey up. Is it possible we fall down and then there's something here? Just looking through every floor, the repeating patterns on the ground. This area is still, I think, one of the more interesting in Pokemon Prism, almost exclusively because of the texture work that goes into it. I think it looks very good. It looks very cool, and it's very how you say, it's just very nifty. Just a very nifty little thing. Luckily, since we've already fallen so many times, it should be pretty navigatable from here on out. I'm sure it will be better telegraph. There's going to be yellow paint everywhere, and I'm going to be like, wait, where was I supposed to go? And the yellow paint will continue to inspire me. Fill me with determination. I don't remember if this is the gas room or if the one that's just a little bit north of here. A little bit up from here is the gas room. Yeah, no, it is, because this is the treasure room. And in the treasure room, there's this interesting spot. Press A on it, you have a grapple hook. Want to use it to get to the top? Yes. I thought this would have been cooler. No, it's still cool, it's still cool, it's still cool, I'm being mean. Here we are, up in the sky, up on a mountaintop, ready to take on that cry is crazy. Raiwato comes to us at level 50. It's something electric. I don't know. It looks like it would be a great contender for a crystal type. Probably rock, yeah. Yeah. Ouch. That scared me. That scared me. And let's take this guy on. I think that we are so highly leveled that it's hard to have a crazy build-up. I do love the hands and how bug-like this guy looks. It's very nifty. It's very quaint, is what I'll say. Compared to all of the if we were to compare all of the Naljo legendaries together, I think Fancero is the most immediately interesting. But I do really like Veronius, just on his own merits. And Fambaco makes a very good, Fambaco is a very good Urshifu before Urshifu. I think the idea behind him of being a fighting legendary, that is cool and good, is kind of before its time, and is just very cool in its own right. Libabel, I feel bad to say, but I feel like Libabel is a little take it or leave it, because it has unique things going on. It would definitely be, I don't like that it has a recoil damage thing, but why didn't I bring Calliope? Oh well. Wait, am I an idiot? No, I'm not. Okay, so it is either a ground or a rock type. But it's Libabel feels like it would be better suited to something like, I don't know, like Rivals of Aether or something where it's still like an anthropomorphic character in a way, but it's not immediately interesting. And I think Raiwato does a good job of being very striking and kind of cockroachy, especially because it's the last one you have access to, with the bingo cards being what they are. Realistically, except actually any of them could be the last one you encounter. But thinking practically, it's probably Raiwato is probably the last one you deal with. I also think it's very interesting because certain Pokemon have to not be in this game for the 4 legendary guardians to be in this game, the 4 Naljo guardians to be in this game. And Panchero? It's a separate thing. But I think it was a good change. I think it was good for it to have its own legendary specifically, and it adds a lot of identity to the game that it otherwise wouldn't have. That's why when people are very, very mean to the legendaries and very like, why are these even in the game? Never design a Pokemon again, whatever. I'm just like, you guys don't get it. You guys don't get it like I get it, because I get it. I completely understand the appeal. If this guy knocks himself out, I'm gonna be frustrated. I don't know if it's been enough time for a Timer Ball to be better than an Ultra Ball, but I think a Timer Ball is like the legendary ball. You know what I mean? Like oh. Okay. Raiwato, the Fulgurite Pokemon, uses magnetism to float and watch over Naljo. Its shell surface resembles lightning struck sand. Okay, so it's like it's a glass kind of situation. That's very sweet. Another thing I wanted to show. You can bike on top of here? Dude, this is crazy. I wonder how far this extends. I feel like it probably doesn't extend any further than it like technically has to, you know, than it has to. But you can find Pokemon here. Hi, Swablu. Another question, can you fly from here? Ah, yeah, that's what I figured. Can you escape rope from the top? Yes. And we can walk back. I figure it's... I regret ever thinking it was a good idea to walk back. But we can go to Facilia Town, because I do want to check him out. I do want to check out his stats and see what he has going on, like I've done for the other legendaries. It's a what is it? It's a dignifying ritual. It is a christening ritual. Raiwato is a rock electric type, so I was right. With ancient power, earthquake, reflect, and wild charge. I think reflect makes a lot of sense given its design, as does ancient power. And wild charge and earthquake kind of add some flavor. It is pretty quick and otherwise pretty balanced, with Naljo Fury. Very sweet. I might be wrong. In fact, I almost certainly am wrong, but let me check something. Nah, this is the Emerald Egg. Route 65, Tolerus Foothill, path to the Region League. And there's a sign. Prism Key, tree outside Seashore Gym. Well, gosh, we're already here in Region. Let's take a trip down to Seashore City. So we can check all the trees outside the gym. I think those are the 4 we have access to. And I guess there's also these ones over here we can check. You. These are technically outside the gym. Always worth it to look. Yeah, that's all the trees we had access to, and it's not outside the gym, so... I think we start a riot. I think I heard somewhere that we want to start a riot. in the streets, maybe? Going into the gym, though. Gosh, it's not on that tree. And that is a tree. No, no. I really do like the desaturated colors of this gym, I will say. No. Yeah, I mean, we're checking all the trees, even inside the gym, but still outside the gym. What if this is the true universe? And the whole time we've been in an external, in some other universe outside of our realm. That'd be, I hate the idea of a true universe. Anyway. Whoa. Well, look at that. We have the Prism key. Let me think. I know where this goes. I'm just playing. Ah. And from the Route 86, from the Battle Arcade. Oh, my bad. We can surf over here. Previously, I had surfed and just gone north. But if we look at the, we can just go to the left, and then whoa. Checking the trees. Opened the door with the Prism key. Ooh, it's quiet. I like when it's quiet. It's scary when it's quiet, but I like it. Here we are. Exiting 2. Far Away Island. The music is kind of struggling to keep up, but that's okay. Ooh. No, it sounds good. It sounds good. It took a second for it to hit its stride. You can see over there we have a sign. The writing is faded, as if it had been written a long time ago. We're 6th day. If any human sets foot here again, edit be a kind-hearted purse. With that hope, I depart. G. The G means it could be Renji, or it could be, I don't know, someone else. Checking the map here, this is Faraway Island. We have seen it, we have been able to, in some sense, see it for a long time. I like the idea that it's Renji, especially because it is this close to Heath Village. And in fact, it kind of, it goes directly to the left of the, of Professor Ilk's aid. And there's grass here. I don't... Is there any wild encounters? I like how the music kind of flutters. The music's fluttering. It's very nice. There's probably more grass to look at later. I'm getting distracted by the grass. Here we are on Faraway Island. More than anything in Prism, this feels so much like a, God, like I'm watching like those like Mew 3 videos in 2007, which I actually believed. I genuinely believed like, oh yeah, Mew 3 is real. Like, obviously it's real. And we exit, well, we enter and exit through this cave, and even though it's 7:30 a.m., it's still dark. Ignore that. In the grass, there's no encounters, and as far as I know, there's no gold tokens here or anything. Can't even mine those walls. You know, we can surf, but I don't think that does us any good. Yeah. I'm sure we can fish here too, but that's not really why we're here. Y'all see something? Yeah, we just have a bunch of cool area to explore. This is nice. It's nice that there was still places we haven't been. And there technically still are. I would like to point that out. There's some water over there we don't have access to, and Mew is available. Was not hiding under the truck. Mew and Veronius are very similar in that both of them can learn any move. This Mew knows Drain Punch. Is it gonna do like bulk up baton pass strategies? Anyway, Mew is a pure psychic type. Okay, so we've seen Drain Punch, Zen Headbutt, moves that are both well suited to it. Obviously, I don't want to do too much and knock it out, but let's see. Yeah. It knows Heal Bell, which means it could cleanse itself from any status condition. Ooh, we haven't given it a status condition yet, but as it gets a little bit lower, I think it's going to want to go for another Drain Punch. Yep. With the Rock Smashes we're doing, we're lowering its HP a little bit. If we need to, we can throw Dean in there and just heal Mew back up, which is kind of a messed up way to do it, but I think it's funny. I want to try catching it in a Pokeball, but I only have 4, and I would want it to be a little bit lower before I try that. And it knows Nature Power. Of course it does. Of course it does. God, this is so sick. This is so sick. I don't know if this music... I think this music is unique. I might be wrong. Okay. We were just that kind-hearted. Okay. Mew's data was newly added to the Pokedex. Mew, the new species Pokemon. Number 244. Because it can learn any move, some people began research to see if it is the ancestor of all Pokemon. Yes and no. And that is Faraway Island. Of course, you can come here any time you want. I don't think there's like headbutt. Yeah, you can't headbutt anything. So arguably there isn't much of a point. But inarguably, this place is super cool. So quit hating, first off. And second off, I loved these event areas when I was a kid. Like I learned how to tweak, which is such a crazy name for it. I learned how to tweak in Diamond and Pearl and caught, you know, Shaman on New Moon Island, on the islands. You can see there's water down there that we just can't reach, and like not everything is meant to be immediately explorable. You know what I mean? Some things are purely of their own, and I think that's beautiful. I think that's beautiful. I can surf back. I'm being dramatic, flying, putting Veronius through so much work. Mew is a pure psychic type, comes to us level 50, with Heal Bell, Nature Power, Drain Punch, and Zen Headbutt. It has fully even, it's supposed to have fully even stats. It looks like this one comes to us with some uniqueness. Met during the day at Faraway Island. Likes to thrash about with Synchronize. This is it. We've only got a few more episodes. One is gonna be finally finishing this Pokedex. Oh my god. It's actually not too bad. I will say it's not too bad. We are almost there. There's only a few Pokemon that we haven't seen before, and it should be pretty quick. But there's 253 Pokemon in this game. 254 if you count eggs, but and that is all of the that is all of the legendary Pokemon, because Mew Too isn't in this game. It's all of its data is in the game, but there is currently no way to get Mew Too. And if something happens in a future update, if this game gets updated at all, I'll be here. But for now, we caught Mew, and we caught Raiwato, but we caught Mew. We caught Mew, and that's what we're all here for. And in the next episode, we're gonna finish this Pokedex out. We're gonna get to 253, and call it mostly there. See you guys then.